Hello everybody, Dr. Don Clum here, and I just got off a fantastic interview with a great doctor from Australia, Dr. Peterson. I'll be posting that on my website soon on yourwellnesstribe.com, and I'm all fired up because we talked about a whole bunch of different things, and one of the things that we talked about is the metabolic rate. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal because there's a lot of plans, programs, and concepts out there that tell you you need to take your metabolic rate and raise it. You need to stimulate it. You need to boost it, or any of those nature. You need to change your metabolic rate, up, down, or whatever. And it's not true. You don't want to do that. The metabolic rate is how much energy your body's expending at any given point in time. They use it in the terms of calories or heat or all these different things. And they teach all these different ways to attempt from the outside in to raise your metabolic rate, or what's called your resting metabolic rate. There's all sorts of things that can do it. You'll see a lot of box kit cleanses, meal replacement systems that use caffeine, that use guarine, that use all sorts of natural stimulants, teas, herbs, and so forth, to raise or stimulate your metabolism to raise that metabolic rate. That's a problem. People tell you to eat 5, 6, 7 times a day to raise what's called the thermal effect of food. Got the food in there, it raises your metabolism, makes you generate more heat, raises your metabolism, so on and so forth. These are outside-in approaches. Some of them are natural. You do it with exercise. Okay, you do it when you wake up in the morning. There's different times of the day you can raise your metabolic rate naturally. But you don't want to try to force that. Because here's the deal. Your resting metabolic rate is not the issue. It is the measurement of your energy expenditure. The true measurement that you're really looking for is called your resting energy expenditure. Your resting energy expenditure, and that comes from the different parts of your body when you're at rest. They measure your metabolic rate, and they'll tell you when you exercise and when you have more muscle, your metabolic rate goes up. That's true. While you're moving, while you're exercising, as soon as you stop, your muscle is almost at the same level as your fat for metabolic rate, which is very, very low. It's not even on the chart. The resting energy expenditure comes from some very particular places, like your kidneys, like your heart, your brain, and your liver. These 4 organs, your brain, your heart, your kidneys, and your liver, make up the vast majority of your resting energy expenditure. How much energy you use while you're resting. That's when you're sleeping, that's when you're sitting, that's when you're not exercising, which is most of your life and day, right? You follow me? That's what drives your needs, and that's what changes your metabolic rate. If you have more need in these vital organs for energy, your body will raise the metabolic rate. Not just when you're exercising, not just when you're eating, but naturally it changes the thermostat of your body to need more and to spend more. Very important concept, okay? And so when these organs start to drop their resting energy expenditure for different reasons, which I'm about to go into, then your resting metabolic rate goes down. And when you do something from the outside, whether it's eat multiple types of meals, when it's take a stimulant like caffeine or teas or herbs or different stimulants, or whether you try to force it with anything, even including exercise, it will artificially or from the outside in raise that metabolic rate a little bit. But it's just going to stress these organs so that when that metabolic rate comes down and you're back into your resting state, their efficiency goes down. Then that will in turn drive your metabolic rate down. You are doing a net negative to yourself. And so if you're trying to lose weight or gain muscle or any combination of that, you're going to be all off. And you might even find yourself going the wrong way. Does that sound familiar? I know it does for a lot of people out there. So the key is to get these internal organs, these high efficiency, high energy yielding or using organs to work as efficiently as possible. And what blocks the ability of these organs, of your brain, of your heart, of your kidneys, and of your liver to work is mainly 3 different things. One is oxidative stress. That's a big deal. That's your oxidative stress load. That's what leads to the second one, which is inflammation. Inflammation drives the efficiency of these organs and your entire body. And the third one is hormonal dysregulation. That means your hormones are out of whack. Whether it's just insulin resistance, which I talk about a lot, or it's insulin resistance with thyroid disruption, adrenal disruption, testosterone disruption, estrogen disruption, cortisol stress disruption, they all piggyback each other, and they're going to drive these into a low energy efficient state. Add in on top of that poor eating habits and doing either no physical activity or the wrong kind of physical activity, and the spiral goes down and down and down. So if you want to reset your metabolic thermostat, it's not a switch, it's a dial, then what you need to do is you need to get your brain, your heart, your liver, your kidneys to work more efficiently, to work like they're supposed to. And to do that, you have to down-regulate the inflammation in your body. You have to down-regulate or really lower the oxidative stress within your body. You have to balance out those hormones within your body. And the first step in the grand hormonal disrupting scheme is to get insulin friendly. Watch my other videos if you have any questions on that, but watch that in particular. Otherwise, all you're doing is revving it up, and you're ultimately going to drive it all down. You need these organs to work well. One of the best fuels for each of these to work at their highest with the least amount of byproduct or gook in the system, so to speak, is fat. So you can't be a fat phobe. Don't fear fat. Okay? First of all, the fat you eat is not the fat you wear. And the fat you eat can be the ultimate fuel. That's the most efficient, detoxifying, anti-inflammatory, and high energy yielding for all of these organs. It will essentially raise your resting energy expenditure, which will reflect in your metabolic rate. And therefore, when you do exercise, you'll get more out of it. Your repair will go quicker. Okay? Which is a whole nother subject. We're going to go on to how you don't want to speed up your repair either. But the point is, you don't want to boost. You don't want to stimulate. You don't want to raise anything from the outside in. You want to take care of yourself and get into a healthy state where all these are working better so that the whole process raises itself and it resets that thermostat. So again, really pay attention. We want to work on resting energy expenditure, high efficiency, effectiveness of our internal organs. And the best way to do that is clean eating. Whole foods, real foods. Start eating just 3 times a day. Don't snack in between to throw off insulin and cortisol and other hormones. Bring your stress levels down. What does that mean? That means meditation. That means paced breathing. That means chiropractic. That means bonding, oxytocin, loving connection with people. So don't go retreat in your cave. You'll make things worse. And all of those type of things. Regulating the hormones, starting with insulin. Reducing your inflammation through diet and through your activity, and reducing your oxidative stress. Now, a lot of people out there are going to go down, what are you talking about, oxidative stress? I've heard of oxidation. Isn't that rust on a car? Yeah, it is. And it happens in your body too, in your cells. And tomorrow I'm going to do a whole other talk on sugar burning versus fat burning, and how the fuel that you use drives the most toxic load of your body. Your highest toxic stimulant in your life is how you're eating. And it has to do with whether you're a sugar burner or fat burner. And I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to show you what it really means, and I'm going to show you how to be one or the other, and why most people who think they're a fat burner aren't. I'm going to show you why, or the difference between burning fat and being a fat burner. Burning fat does not mean you're a fat burner metabolically, and I'm going to go into that, and that can make a huge shift in how you run your lifestyle and how you view these things, and get you a whole lot better results out of any health, weight, health restoration program that you're doing. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. So remember, don't stimulate that resting metabolic rate. And today, if you learned anything, if you like what I said, share this on Facebook. Just share it. You can comment, you can like, but share it. Let someone know. If you learned anything, the way you pay me back is to share it out there, get it out there. I love to see it when people are sharing this and learning new things. And keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you for being here.